Well, good morning. Well, you seen my post about the virus information, I think it was called, coronavirus details, I think it was called. I don't know what I'll call this one, but had a lot of response from that. And my opinion now, after reading everything, I'm going to start off by saying, oh yeah, that coronavirus will kill you. Frosty's travels. He's a nurse. He studied this. I have no doubt that that man doesn't know what he's talking about. And he says, he described the whole thing, how that virus works. So I have no doubt that if you get that virus and you are a little bit on the weak side or you got something wrong with you, it could kill you real easy, and it's terrible. It's a terrible thing to go through if you end up in the hospital and if you end up on one of those ventilators. Now that's a lot of ifs. I want you to all think about this. What was going on in the world about the time that virus hit? You remember? Think back. China, they were demonstrating. Oh my God! And you don't do that in China. Y'all know that, and y'all know that they were shooting people for demonstrating. They were shooting people because they would not do the quarantine. Which quarantine is what they do when you're sick. Keep that in mind. A quarantine is what you do if you're sick. You don't go because maybe you are, or maybe you're hiding out. That's not quarantine. Quarantine is because you're ill and you don't want nobody around you. It ain't supposed to be the other way around. But they were having a bad time over there in one of the Chinese provinces over there. What is that? It's where all of our... Hong Kong. That's where they're having all the riots. Well, where did this virus come from? I mean, China, what was the name of that province? You know where it was. Supposedly came from China somewhere, because that's where it started. You trust your government? I don't. I don't trust the media, neither did most of you. So what makes us think that our government and that government aren't together in some cahoots? I'm not talking about our president. Our president, he's doing the best he can with what knowledge he gets. So that kills her. As soon as that virus comes, that's the end of their protests. Now, it starts affecting people in New York City. No doubt it killed a bunch. No doubt a bunch in America are affected by it. They're positive. But positive don't kill you. That means you've just been exposed to it somehow. They don't know how. Some people are getting coughed on, they got it. Some people are getting coughed on, did not get it. Some people are living with people that have it and don't get it. It's a very strange deal. So yeah, it's real. Is it as contagious as they say? I don't think so. Do we need to all be wearing masks? I don't think so. Because they started out saying we didn't need masks. Now we do. They're trying to run us. And a lot of people are fighting back at this and going, no, you're not going to tell me what to do. And that could be what we all need to do. You got to be smart. It's common sense. Well, one of my friends, he told me, no, you don't need to get tested. He suggests you don't get tested. Now this person is qualified to say that. A lot of you think that as soon as November comes around, this flu is going to just kind of go away. I tend to believe that too. Yeah, I think that's the other side that's trying to make our president look bad. Because before this hit, you know the economy was booming, everything was booming, plenty of jobs for everything. Small businesses was going through the roof. Well, yeah, it was. Well, they hit that and they had to shut everything down. Now, our president tried to shut the gates off and not let nobody in. But the Democrats were screaming, that's racist, that's racist, that's racist. No, it's not racist, because he wasn't picking out a certain color. He was saying that whole country needs to stay away because they got the virus. He was doing the right thing. Well, now everybody's going, you didn't do it early enough. Come on. You want your cake and eat it too. So I think there's something about this virus. Yep, it's bad, it's terrible if you get it. Do I think as many people are dying because of it? Nope. Because it don't matter why you die. If you had the virus, they would check that little box. They had the virus. You could have got killed in a car wreck, but you had the virus, so we got to check that box. And don't forget, the hospitals get a lot more money by saying that person died with the virus. Reports from anywhere from $39,000 to a person to $13,000 a person. Oh, they had a virus. They died. They get that money. You know, America is greedy. The people are greedy. So why wouldn't they do that? Yeah, the virus is real. But it ain't as bad as you think, and most of us think that it's politically charged. It might be even thrown on us by our government so they can figure out how to control us. I mean, the government shut down the whole damn world over this. They shut it down. That's scary. If your government, even your local government, your state government, and federal government can tell you what to do without any going through the courts, no laws made, they just say, put on a mask or you're going to get fined. And that can be your town, your state, or the government. You're going to be in trouble if you don't do what they tell you to do. Think about it. Yeah, it's a bad thing, but it's hyped up, very, very much so. That now people are afraid to go anywhere. Well, they're afraid to go anywhere because it's supposedly a virus. But they let the Black Lives Matter run through the streets, tear shit up, protest shoulder to shoulder. But you can't stand in line to vote. You can't sit in a pew to pray to your God. You're going to get a fine for that. Well, they didn't fine all the protesters and everybody else, and they started doing the protesting. Yeah, a few weeks later, it's going up. So yeah, it's out there. But I mean, if you test nobody, you're going to find no coronavirus. If you test 1,000 people, you're going to find a lot of coronavirus. That's all it is. The more you test, the more you find. Doesn't mean you're sick. It doesn't even mean you got it, because them tests are not all correct. As my friend said, human beings run those tests. Human beings screw up. And a lot of those tests, Mr. G out there has a friend. They went in. A couple ladies went in, decided to get tested. They went in, they signed the papers. They stood in line and they started thinking, man, I'm in line with a bunch of maybe sick people. They left, never got a test. A few days later, they get some mail saying, well, your test came through and you're positive. You are understanding that. They didn't even take a test. but they signed a paper with their address and all stuff on it, and they got a result back from the test they didn't take. Read the comments in my other post here. There's lots of them, lots of stories like that. Yeah, my opinion is don't get it, because it is real. Why is it here? I don't know, but I don't trust our government. And I definitely don't trust that lying media. That's all they can talk about anymore. First of all, they're talking about Black Lives Matter. That broke in a little bit. Then the virus came, and then that went away, which is another bunch of crap. Your black lives don't matter any more than my white life, or his red life, or his brown life, or his yellow life. All lives matter. You don't need to put a color in front of lives matter. If you do, you're racist. And when saying that, I'm done with this video. I know it's kind of long, but I think I covered a few things. Read them comments. I've been in 23 states. I don't know anybody personally that's sick, dying, or anything with the corona. I know Augie, you've seen him. He got sick. He never went to the hospital. He got sick. He's the only one I know I can attest to that got sick. Anyway, hope this don't piss off too many of you. But it's just my opinion. I think the government is having a lot to do with this whole situation. And they don't care. They just want to see what they can control and what they can't. None of the government people died. See y'all later.